Hello Reds fans, how you going? I shaved my face, isn't that exciting? I've shaved my head and you don't need to know about that. It is Jared here with another episode of The Pitch, getting you ready for our next home game on Sunday versus the Western Sydney Wanderers. And look, I'm pumped, more pumped than usual, because I get to officially welcome the new signing for your Adelaide United. He's one of the Griffiths boys, but because there's so many of them, I don't know what his name is. Which one are you, mate?
Ryan.
It's Ryan Griffiths, yes! Welcome, mate. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us here on The Pitch. Welcome to Adelaide, first of all. And I guess the question a lot of Red supporters want to know is, how did this all eventuate? What brings you here to Adelaide United?
Well, it's a long story. I was actually...
We've got 1 minute, so hurry up, mate.
I was heading to Malaysia and... yeah, it fell through, so then waited a few months, and then Adelaide United gave me the call, and they offered me a decent enough deal. And it wasn't just about that, it was also about a few of the boys that I knew, saying the style of football they played down here and all those type of things. So yeah, there's a lot of factors that brought me here. So
we'll get to some of the players that you would have had experiences with in Newcastle in a sec, but the experience you've brought from China, and you have spent a lot of time over there, coming back into the A-League and watching you get onto the park against Brisbane last weekend, do you notice that in that short amount of time you were away, how quickly the interest has raised already with the A-League and also the fans and most importantly the standard?
Yeah, I think it's always going to progress, and that's a good thing. But when I was back here, I think the league was doing quite well. I think Heskey and Del Piero just signed. And yeah, so I think it's definitely going places. Hopefully we continue from here.
Can you speak good Chinese?
我会说一点中国话.
Yeah, right. And is the Chinese food better there or over here in Adelaide?
It's much better over here. I'm not sure about Adelaide yet. I haven't had any yet. But yeah, it's much better in Australia. All
right, let's talk about some of the teammates that you are familiar with. Obviously, Tarek Elrich has taken you out on a night on the town and shown you his topless body, which he does to all of the new teammates. But also, Ange Costanzo, you would know him for his time over at Newcastle. So what about some of the other players that you know?
Yeah, I know. I've just met Cassio around. Also, John McCain. I played with him over in Nacional Bucharest. And... yeah, I mean, all the boys have been welcoming, so it seems like I've known them for a long time.
What about some of the players that you have played against that now you get to play in the same side with? Because you are such a dominant player, especially for your time over here in Australia in the A-League. And the great thing for us here as supporters is now you're on our side, so we don't have to boo you and throw things at you from the sidelines at Cooper Stadium. But guys you have played against that now you have the opportunity to play with.
Yeah, I think it's never been a place that I haven't liked to come. I've always enjoyed coming to Adelaide. It's a really good atmosphere in Hindmarsh. So, yeah, hopefully I can swing a few goals into the back for Adelaide this year.
One of the most talked about styles in the A-League is the style that Josep has brought to Adelaide United. Everybody's going tiki-taka, oi, oi, oi. And it's getting used so much, but to be a part of only a couple of trainings so far and to get onto the park against Brisbane, do you notice a big style change for Adelaide United compared to the team you have played against?
Yeah, they're definitely playing a lot more football, which is pleasing. Yeah, I don't think it's too hard to kind of fit into his style. I've had a coach that's played similar style to that in the past. But yeah, I love all of his expressions and things like that. I always have a quiet little chuckle to myself.
Okay. Now, is it coincidence that it's Joel's back as well, isn't he?
Yes.
So he's back at Newcastle.
Back at Newcastle.
And I'm not sure if we get to play Newcastle again this season.
I think we played them the last game.
Right, so that must be great to have both of you playing in the same competition once again. How's he finding things?
Yeah, I think he's unfit. He's been calling me saying, how do you feel? How's your fitness? How are you playing? How are you training? So just trying to calm him down and just say, just remember that you're a decent player. You're not a good player, but you're a decent player. And yeah, I'll make sure that when we do play them in the last game that I'll give them a good kick.
Great, and don't get a red card. So before we get into the social media questions from Facebook and Twitter, to have Joel back here and have you here as well, you're talking about fitness. Was it full on getting onto the park against Brisbane? Because you haven't played in a while, so then you go on there and you can train as much as you like, but match fitness is a completely different thing, especially in your role, where as soon as you get on, you have to start sprinting.
Yeah, I think anyone that's played the game, whether it be a high level or a low level, knows that match fitness is completely different. You can go for as many road runs as you want, but until you get onto that pitch, you won't know how you're going to go. So I think I fared okay in the first game. I know that because my dad messaged that I played okay.
Great.
Normally he'll tell me if I played good or bad.
Okay.
And yeah, so I mean, hopefully, you know, game by game I get my fitness up, and then I don't think it'll take me too long to get to the 100% fitness.
All right, here's some social media questions because we've got a great following on social media. The first question I have, now you have Joel and Adam, you're all twins, yeah, all triplets, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Did you get dressed up in the same clothes as kids like twins do, so you're all wearing matching clothes and everyone goes, oh, that's so cute, look at those triplets?
Adam and Joel were twins, and I'm born 2 years later on the same day.
Okay.
So actually not triplets.
But it's a technicality. You are a technical triplet.
Yes, technically that doesn't make sense, but...
Okay, next. Does tomato sauce belong in the fridge or the cupboard?
My missus puts it in the fridge, but I'll put it in the cupboard.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. And if you are watching Mrs.
Otherwise it doesn't come out.
It's exactly right, mate.
Kind of solidifies
Completely agree with you. What number are you for Adelaide United? Is it 31?
31.
Any reason you chose that number?
Because I'm 32 years old and 31's a year younger, so I just kind of...
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay.
I didn't choose it, I was given it.
Oh, well, it was a cool story though, man. The other question I have is, who do you get along with the most? This was from Twitter, I think, out of all of your teammates.
I mean, Tarek's been there before. I've known him for a long time. Cameron Watson, I'm hanging out with him a lot because he's good mates with Tarek. So, yeah.
They do a lot of beach sunbathing, those guys, and they get their rigs out. Cam struggles because he's so pasty, but you see Tarek who goes, oh, look everyone, I've got a six-pack and I wear real tidy whities, look at me. And Cam goes, oh, I'm really white and pasty, don't look at me. So you'll fit in well there, because I reckon you're in between tanning tone of Tarek and Cam.
Yes, but they don't really want to hang out with me because I'm so extremely ripped.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really want to
I hang out with them mainly because they're ripped, and then it brings people over to me and I just get their scraps.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now you only signed for 6 months. Is this something that you can look at and go, at the end of your 6 months, if you're loving it here and, you know, obviously the team gets success and, of course, other offers from around the world are always dependent on what happens, there's a chance for a longer term stay?
Yeah, well, as long as, you know, Manchester United and Chelsea don't offer me anything. I think
well, here's your contract. So will you sign that for 2 years?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to stay in Adelaide. So far, so good, and hopefully, you know, if everything goes well and playing-wise and the club likes me, I'd like to stay.
Just finally, the question I asked earlier about your experience playing against Adelaide United. This weekend, we have a charity match, which is fantastic before the game, and then we have the game against the Wanderers, who will be coming out pretty strong because they had a loss to the Victory during the week. How excited are you now to be an Adelaide United representative at home at Coopers, which will have a packed house? The crowds have been great this year, but now they're going to be cheering your name instead of booing you.
Well, I hope they cheer my name.
They will, mate.
That'll be good. Yeah, I think it'll be fantastic. Wanderers are a great team. We can't really be happy with our result last week, and if we want to be progress and to get better and better and get right up to the top, then you have to play every game like it's a grand final.
How do we follow you on Twitter? You're on social media, aren't you? What's your Twitter handle?
I think it's at Ryu Griff, RYUGRIFF.
Great.
I think 23 at the end.
All right, well, you can follow him. Can you please pass on to Jordan Elsey that we get that he scored a goal and to stop telling everyone
about it? He's got my number. I told him that.
Oh, well, then he got a red card, then he got it taken away. And so if Jordan Elsey's about to score a goal this weekend and you have an opportunity to do the same thing, tackle Elsey.
Yes.
You can't get a card for tackling your own teammate and you put the ball in the net.
Yes. And
have you seen one of these videos before? What happens at the end?
No.
We hug. Are you cool with that?
Okay. We'll hug.
No, you've got to do it, mate. It's in your contract. No, real life hug.
Okay.
All right, Ryan Griffiths, here we go. No, mate, just hug me, man.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, mate, welcome to Adelaide, and good luck on the weekend. Thanks for joining us. Share this video on Twitter, Facebook, Homing Pigeon, anything that you like. This is the pitch, and go the Reds. Make sure you get to Cooper Stadium early for the Mutton Crook charity match. It's going to be a fantastic game, and we'll see you at Cooper Stadium this weekend.
It was emotional.
I love you.